Okay, here we go. Good morning. How are you guys? You ready? Let's do this. Feet nice and wide. You're going to shift your hips to one side and then the other. So today, I've got a small ball here, or you could use a Pilates ring. We're going to do inner thighs. We're not doing a lot of legs today. We're doing a lot of arms today. Okay, make a circle. And stay going in the same direction. Do that a few times on one way, and then switch it and go the other way. So you should feel a nice stretch all around the hips and inner thighs. Okay, sweep this right arm up, quiet your hips, take it right up to the ceiling, straight up, and then really reach it so you feel a big lift through the whole side body on the right. Actually, also over the hip a little bit maybe. You still have your feet wide, you haven't changed that. We're going to change arms, reach, 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 like you're really lifting everything upward. And do it again. And this time we're going to go up, and we're going to hold the up, and then you're just going to go over a little. So you're going to get a little bit more through the upper right side of your body. And then switch sides. So reach, and then just go over a tiny bit. Nice. Now make a fist. Pull the elbows towards each other and then sweep them backwards. Hold them back and come halfway down. Just hang up here for a couple of seconds and then come back up. So it's very slow and deliberate. Fold down. You can go a little further. Just keep the spine nice and long. Come back up and we'll do it one more time. Come back up. Now bring the feet back onto the mat, hip width apart, hands on your hips. You're just going to pick up the right knee. So you're balancing on one leg, open it to the side, as far back as you can without toppling. And if you need to open up the arms, that gives you a little edge on the balance challenge. Bring the foot back and then switch sides. So left knee comes up. Try to lift out of the right hip and then open it to the side. And then come back and put it down. Big deep breath. We're going to do a nice slow swan dive all the way down. Really reach the arms out to the side as you start to fold. Relax the head and then just look through your knees. You're at a straight leg if you can. And just really try to do your best to unweight the upper body completely. Take 3 really big deep breaths here. Try to shift your hips back a little bit. Nice. Now inhale, extend the spine. Walk the fingertips as far forward as you can get them, and shift your hips as far back as you can get them. Stretching out your upper ribs, your lats. Breathe deeply. Take in as much air each time you inhale as you can. And now fold it all the way back down again, completely unweighting the upper body. Now we're going to round up nice and slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Nice. Now, pull the feet together, crowd out your chest, spiral your palms to face outside of your body, and then lift. And then take it all the way up, take your gaze, follow it. And then come all the way back down. Really try to open these arms as much as you can. Keep your palms facing out. Now we want to equally weight both feet. One more time. Nice, now just take a regular deep breath, weight both feet equally, swan dive it down, see how well you do. Inhale, extend, flat back. Exhale, release, walk your hands out to plank. Keep your feet together, shoulders over wrists, your butt's up and your tummy is in. Now go to a down dog. Push the heels towards the floor. Hold on that spot as you take 3 big breaths. Elevate the heels as high as you can. Keep the feet together. Float back to plank. Keep the heels up, push back, down dog. Come forward to plank. Keep the heels up, push back, down dog. Now lower the heels. Hold here, 3 big breaths. Pick your left leg up. Open the hip to face up towards the ceiling. Try to lift the leg a little higher. Now take that left knee and bring it all the way forward to your left elbow, shoulders over wrists. Sweep it back, lift it up again, open the hip, get it nice and high. Pull it forward, moving very slowly. Touch knee to elbow, take it back for the 3rd and final time. Pull the elbow to the knee. Now from here, you're going to hold your plank, just step the foot back into its original spot. Pull through to a down dog. Both heels pushing towards the floor. Lift the right leg. Open that right hip up. Lift the leg a little higher. Pull that right knee to your right elbow, shoulders over wrists. Sweep it back. Leg is really high. You feel the glute working. Just to lift that leg. Pull forward to plank, knee to elbow. Sweep it back. Lift it a little higher. Now take that knee to elbow. Step back to plank, feet together. Down dog, heels pushing down. Come forward to plank. Step your feet into bear. Feet are hip width apart. Squeeze your knees and then open them. And squeeze and open. You're activating and waking up your inner thigh muscles and your core. Keep going. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, squeeze, hold it. Put the knees down. Come onto the tops of your feet. Sit back on your heels. Keep your hands where they were. Your spine is long. Crowd out your chest. Take your gaze. Look forward. Come back to all fours. Open your feet. So you're in your regular quadruped position. Tuck your toes under. We're going to do 5 cat-cows, nice and slowly. Drawing and keeping the stomach pulling up while you do these. Nice. Now back to your neutral spine position. Take those hips and shift them back so they're just over the heels. You're not sitting on the heels. Walk your hands to the corners of the front of your mat. Now breathe here, and while you breathe, think about getting your armpits and chest a little closer to the floor. Keep your neck neutral and your forehead is up. Nice, come back onto all fours. Tuck your toes under, small dog, heels down. Walk your feet towards your hands. Inhale, extend the spine. Hold your spine in extension. Open your feet to your sumo squat position. So you've got your heels on the mat and the toes are off to the side. Lower down into a low squat. Hands don't change. You're just squatting. Your spine is long. You're not hunching forward. And then go back to a straight leg. Keep the spine in extension. Fingertips only on the floor, out in front. Squat again. As low as you can. And back to a straight leg. And last time, squat. Now, take your left hand behind you. Take the right hand behind you. Drop your butt down to the floor. Legs are out in front. You're in staff pose. Bring the arms forward. Lean back. Spine stays long. Just hold it here. Proud out your chest. Retract the shoulders and draw in the stomach. Hold and breathe. Pick your right foot up. Just hold it. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower that foot. Pick up the left one. Keep the chest proud, the spine long, and your belly in. Lower that leg. Time for a little reprieve. You're going to dive between the legs, releasing that low back. Okay, time for some weights. So we're going to start with our arms. We have a lot of arms today. So get 2 or 3 sets of weights close by. So I'm going to start with my heaviest. I'm going to get down with my legs bent into my chest press position. I've got my weights centered right over my chest, palms facing together. So turn them, let the weights touch, let your palms face. Now we're going to open so the palms face forward, lower the arms to the floor, come back up, turn them into each other again. So it's nice and slow. Hopefully you're using heavy weights that are challenging. And let's try to get nice and flat on the shoulder blades. That's really important. Keep your neck and face relaxed. And breathe out when you're pressing the weights up and give that chest a big old squeeze. Now you can always do a nice little pelvic tilt so you feel that low back skin on the floor. And work your 6-pack muscle. Like keep thinking about pressing it down and holding on to that activation while we do these exercises for the arms and chest. Let's just call it a whole upper body today. Remember, find your breath. And if the work becomes a little too challenging, you can always alternate. Do one at a time. Or switch to a lighter weight. Okay, I'm shooting for 5 more, nice and slow. I'm trying to go down on 3 counts and up on 3 counts. Okay, let's put these weights down, however you do that. We're gonna take our black band and we're just gonna do a little hip work while we give our grip a little break. So take that band around your ankles, go to a straight leg, open out nice and wide, and then come in slowly. We're just doing 15 while we relax our grip. So your pace should be fairly slow. I've got 10 left to do. That's how slow I'm going. Really gives you an opportunity to try to expand the range of motion, which is what this exercise is all about. So important to work all these little muscles that support sitting, walking, moving, all of the above. Okay, on this last one, just hold them out. Hopefully you're feeling the outside of the upper legs. Just breathe, count to 5, nice and slow. And when we release this, we're gonna do it really slowly. So come in a little closer, hold it. Come in a little closer, still hold on to it. The band should still have tightness through it. Little closer. And now bend the legs. Keep your band on. Just get yourself up. Whatever weights you do for flies is what we're gonna do now. So maybe it's the same ones you were just using, maybe it isn't, but grab whatever you use for flies. Keep the band around your ankles, it's not gonna bother you. Here we go, so open out nice and wide, bring them together slowly. So it's really important to control how you move these weights. Should be nice and smooth, lots of control. You can pelvic tilt up as a reminder to pay attention to the belly and draw it down. So hopefully the back of the arms are getting down onto the floor. And then you're giving that chest a big old squeeze as you bring those arms back together. The wrists stay neutral, that's really important. Let's make sure we're not over squeezing. Over squeezing your grip is what I'm referring to. Okay, 5 more nice and slow. Okay, let's put them down. We'll come back to round 2 of the band. So here we go. 15, nice and slow. Biggest range on each rep that you can get. That's your focus. You can also play around with the angle, maybe try moving your feet a little more forward, really forcing you to pay attention to that tummy of yours. So 10 to go. And if you feel like you're starting to lose some of your range, really fight hard to get each rep back to where you started your first rep. So I know it gets progressively harder. Just figure out a way to make it all work. Last 5. Make these great. You're not doing this band the 3rd time. This is it. Last 3. Now, when you get to the last one, hold it out as wide as you can. Bring it in just a tiny bit. Tiny bit more. Last little bit. And then you get to get rid of it. Woohoo! No more of those bands. Okay, grab the heaviest weights. We're going to do another round of chest work, but we're going to switch up the angle. So 45 degrees out from the body when you land the elbows down on the floor. And you start with that upside down V at the top. So here we go. You have 20 reps like this to do, nice and slow. Pelvic tilt up, get that low back down on the floor. Work your stomach, make that your focus. Now, if you want to really challenge your core, you can pick your feet up off the floor and have your knees slightly beyond the hips. So you really feel like you're making a big effort to keep your back down. So now this becomes chest and more like total body. So you're going to feel the core temperature of your body raise as you challenge to work hard to get that back down. Make sure you're keeping your wrists nice and neutral and you're not squeezing the weights. It's the chest. You squeeze as you press the weights up. Now, if you don't feel the tummy working, move your knees even further forward. Okay, whenever you're done, put them down. We're going to grab your Pilates ring or a ball. We're going to do inner thighs while we give our grip strength a little break. So ring or ball between the legs, feet start out on the floor, hands and arms are chilling. Give this ball or ring 20 big squeezes, nice and slow. Keep working your belly. You should feel this right from your first rep almost. Squeeze, so really challenge it. And if you want to give a little pause just to make sure you've squeezed as much as you can, that's always a good choice. Really get some trembling going. Raising your heart rate a little bit. Okay, on these last 5, squeeze and hold, release a little, and then release a little more, and then squeeze and hold. A little release, and then completely release, squeeze and hold. Release it just a tad, and then all the way. And let's do a few more. Really slowly. Make this last one great. Nice. Okay, put that ball off to the side. We are going to use it again. We're coming back to round 2 of flies. So get whatever weights you use for your flies. Here we go. Arms up, your palms face, you know the drill. Get your back down, work your abs, open out nice and wide, and squeeze. Now make sure that the weights stay over the chest and not your face. You really want to feel it in your chest. And arms, of course. Nice loose grip on the weights. And try to expand your range of motion. Now, if we want to come back to work that core again, lift your feet up off the floor. Your legs are bent. You're moving your knees forward till you really feel like, oh my God, I got to really pelvic tilt up to keep that low back on the floor. Seven to go. Woohoo, it's a party. Oh my God, this is hard. Keep breathing. It's always helpful. Your last one. Put those weights down. Ooh, grab that ball again. So to amp up the inner thighs, we're going to do the second and final round with our feet off the floor. So just lift your feet up as high or low as you like and squeeze and release. You're doing 20 of these. So squeeze, release. That's how slow you're going. So I have 15 left to do. I'm tilting the pelvis up. I'm keeping my lower back on the floor, but I'm trying to move my knees forward. So it becomes really challenging for the core. And at any point, if you need to take a break, you can pull your knees in a little closer, just switch up the angle so the low back and core isn't so challenged. Last 5, nice and slowly. Okay, put the ball away. Boy, that was getting really interesting. Okay, we're gonna do some triceps. So whatever weights you use for your triceps is what you're getting. We're still down on the floor. We got our legs bent, weights up over the chest. Now, we're gonna pick our feet up. We're gonna flex them. Try to get your 90-degree at the knee. So you've got your feet and knees at the same height. Lower the weight, pick it back up. Lower, so no movement, between the elbow and the shoulder, right? That has to stay stacked. Tilt up the pelvis, get your lower back down. You should feel that core saying to you, holy shit, are you doing this again? Yeah, we are. Now, if you need a break for your stomach and your back, you put your feet down. Keep the arms moving though. They should be able to handle it. Hopefully nobody's blow drying their hair tonight, because these arms are going to be pretty tired. Use your breathing to help you get through these last 7 reps. So exhale when you press them up. Last 5, nice and slow, lots of control, especially on the way down. 4, 3, rock those knees a little further forward. 2, and done. Okay, put those weights down. Woo, we're gonna do a nice little stretch for our 6-pack muscles. Hopefully you're feeling them. So let's get the body nice and long. Take the arms all the way back, spread your fingers wide, reach for the back of the room, and then point the toes. Draw the belly down. Here's what I found. Big reach for the arms. Now take the arms forward all the way to the mat, palms on the floor. You're gonna bring your left knee into the chest, take it back out. Right knee in and back down. It's just a little mobility work for your hips, since we did those inner thighs. When you do those inner thighs without the feet on the floor, it's a lot more challenging. Okay. Turn those feet in and out, wiggle everything in the legs. Take the arms all the way back behind you, Pilates style it back up. Tuck the chin, draw the abs in, dive between the legs. Nice little reprieve. We're gonna come back, we're gonna do some lat pulls, some more tummy work. Okay, so whatever weight you use for your lat pulls is what you're gonna find. I'm gonna take one heavy weight, I'm gonna hold it horizontally, touching both ends of the weight. Again, I'm picking my feet up off the floor, flex them, and then take the arms back and pull forward. Now, if this is too much for your lower back, you can put one foot down and just keep one up, and then you can alternate and then put the other one down and pick up the other one, working one side of the core at a time, or you can keep both up. But let's stay nice and solid through that low back. It should be down on the floor. Take that weight as far back as you can. Exhaling as you pull it forward. And pull it as far forward as you can. Without, of course, dropping it or. Just make sure you're working the full range. Keep drawing the belly down. Okay. Whew. Put your feet down. Little reprieve. Take the weight back up. Your feet are on the floor. Give me that nice little pelvic tilt and then rock the pelvis forward. And then rock it back. You're still holding your weight in your hands. You're just rocking the pelvis. While you're doing that, you're drawing the stomach down. Okay, so from here, just relax the pelvis. The back does not need to be on the floor. You've got your legs bent. We're going to do skull crushers. So bending at the elbow, letting the weight come down towards the forehead, and then straightening the arms back out. So we're going down really slowly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back up as quickly as you can. Come back down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten out the arms. Do that 4 more times. Really slow. No movement from the elbow to the shoulder. Those joints should be stacked on top of one another. Working on your last 4. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. And put that weight down. Nice job. Okay, I'm going to grab a sip of water. We're going to flip it around and we're going to meet in a low forearm plank. So I like to fold the front of my mat over because I'm a little bit of a wuss. So I'm starting this plank. I've got my toes tucked under, my knees on the floor. So this is what Sean refers to as the 8-point plank. From here, we draw the belly in and make that our focus. It's all about the belly. Now, in slow motion, we're doing this 8 times. The first 4, you're going to have your elbows under the shoulders. So in slow motion, you elevate off the knees to a straight leg. Nothing changed in the belly. You're still drawing it up and in. And then slow motion the knees back down. Once you get the knees down, count to 3. And then pick them back up and do it again. Okay, with the knees down, slide them backwards. So you've got the elbows in front of the shoulders and carry on 4 more times. Nice, okay. Oh, right to child's pose. How lucky are we? Stretch time.
So chill out, relax. I'm sitting on my heels, I've got my forehead down, my arms are relaxed, everything is chilling as I breathe.
Okay, we're gonna come back and meet in a baby cobra. This is gonna stretch out our six-pack muscles. So you've got your elbows under the shoulders and you're crowding out the chest and you're looking forward. Your hips are on the floor. I'm on the tops of my feet and I feel a nice little pull all the way through the tummy. Just breathe a few more times. Nice, now take the chest down to the floor and bring your hands right by your chest. I want you to tuck your toes under for this, your feet are hip width apart. You're gonna pick yourself up, but you're down on your knees. Hold on this spot, nice little stretch for the tummy again. Keep your chest proud, your shoulders broad, your glutes engaged, your tummy drawing in. And now we're gonna pull the hips up. We're gonna slowly move them over the heels. Now I want you to open your knees to the width of your mat if you can. And take this nice stretch as you breathe while you try to lower the chest towards the floor. Okay, let's come up onto all fours. You're gonna tuck, you're in your quadruped position. You're gonna come off the knees, so you're in bear. You're gonna hold bear just for a breath or two. And now take it to a small dog with your heels down. Your legs are straight. You're gonna walk your feet towards your hands. And then you're gonna inhale and extend to a flat back. Walk the fingers forward, shift your hips backwards. Legs are straight. From here, arms go out to the side, reverse swan dive all the way back up, flip your palms, reach for the ceiling. Bring your hands to heart, lower them, you're gonna step your left foot forward, right leg back, heel down on both legs. Come on down. Go as low as you can with your spine long. And once you're down, release the hands to the floor, release the head. You're just looking between your legs. So completely unweighting the upper body over your front leg. Nice big deep breaths. Now inhale, extend the spine. So your fingertips are on the floor on outside of that front, on the outside of the front foot. You're gonna just slowly raise your torso back up. So you're not using the assistance of the hands to get up, you're using your core strength. Take that back foot forward, switch. Hands to heart, fold down, spine long. Both heels are down. It's a really nice stretch for the back of the front leg. Fingertips to the floor, fold over that leg, let the head go. Inhale, extend the spine. Fingertips only on the floor. Come back up. Really slowly. Nice. Step your back foot forward. Take a nice big deep breath. Reach for the ceiling. Go up and over to one side. Up and over to the other side. And now take the elbows nice and wide to the height of the shoulder. Let the hands come forward and pick them back up. Keep trying to move the elbows back. Do this just a few more times. Really good for shoulder mobility. Let the elbows come down, pick them up, and lower, and lift, and lower. Last one. Reach for the ceiling. And I thank you so much for your power and strength. Have an awesome day. Woohoo! We got it done. Thanks for showing up.